Hello and welcome to your practice today. In this 30-minute class, we're going to be focusing on opening up the hips, but this isn't just about the hips. We hold so much tension, or we can hold so much tension in that part of the body. And so this is an opportunity to really start to create the environment within our body so that we can release that tension and find a bit of a sense of flow in our movement, in our bodies, in our breath, and we can carry that off the mat with us into the rest of our day. So get yourself comfortable, find a seat. I like to prop up the hips and lengthen the spine. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears, down the back of the body. And just gently start to find your breath. And as you're breathing here, just notice how it is that you're showing up in your practice this morning or today, whatever time of day it might be, and how it feels to be in your body. And sometimes that question is easy to answer, and other times it feels a little bit harder if we're perhaps a little bit disconnected from what's going on in our bodies. So it's okay if it doesn't kind of jump to the surface, just sit with it. Maybe it's something you'll start to notice or realize as we move through our practice. Or maybe you'll just start to find the breath as an anchor and let that be what draws you into the present moment. And we'll be using the breath throughout the practice to offer softness in the body, from the body, through the body. And I think it's really important to just take note here that so often in yoga spaces, we talk about letting go. Letting go isn't always that easy, and forcing our way into deep hip openers, for example, when the body isn't ready to go there, can actually create more tension. So yes, there is an opportunity with every single breath to let go a little bit, but don't force it. Just be where you are, meet yourself where you are, and let that be enough. Let's bring the hands together at the heart with that intention, just to recognize our own enoughness as we move through our practice together today. Take a deep breath in and a big sigh to release the breath from the body. And then gently sealing the lips. And if it's comfortable to do so, let the breath come in and out through the nose. I'm just taking a couple of breaths. And when you feel like you've cultivated a connection to your breath, you could bring yourself into a child's pose. So you can take your time, move slowly. I'm going to take my knees nice and wide just to get into the hips, but just find a shape that works for you today. Another breath here. And then walk the hands up towards your knees. You're going to tuck the toes behind you, shift the weight into your heels, and come into your Yogi Squat. Now, especially if the body's feeling quite tight, you might want to come into this a little bit slowly. You don't have to come all the way in. You could also grab a block and place it underneath your hips for a bit of support. And that way you can focus really on lengthening the spine. And then using the outside edges of the arms to draw a little bit of space into the hips. Good. Place the hands down onto the floor. Take a little forward fold. Softening through the knees and letting the head hang heavy. Maybe take a breath in, and as you exhale, flutter the lips. And then draw the navel into the spine and slowly roll up. When you arrive at the top, perhaps sweep the arms up alongside your ears. And exhale, let's fold all the way down and walk forwards to a downward facing dog. Lifting up through the hips, maybe pedaling out through the knees. Just landing slowly into your body. Follow the pathway of the breath to bring yourself into presence, to observing what it is that is going on for you here. Maybe hugging up through the upper arms, through the thighs. And then gently drawing forwards, shoulders over the wrists. Let's drop the knees to the floor. Keep coming forwards with the chest. Bend your elbows back to your waist and lower down. Inhale, cobra pose. Lengthen through the lower back. And exhale, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. You're going to look forward, step or jump the feet to meet your hands now. Lengthening the spine as you arrive and folding over your toes. Exhale. Rise up to standing, inhale the arms high, and exhale, bring your hands through the heart center, release them to the sides. Let's raise the arms up for a sun salutation, and exhale, fold over your toes. Lengthen the spine, look up halfway, plant the palms, step the feet to the back of the mat. We're lowering knees and chest. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, down dog. Good. Take another breath here. Find your tiptoes, look forwards, step the feet to the top of the mat, lengthen the spine, and fold. Rise to standing, reach your arms up, and exhale, back down to the earth. Spine lengthens. Plant your palms, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. So this time you can use the knees or move from high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Looking forwards again, step the feet to the top of the mat. Use the inhale to lengthen the spine. Folding forwards, exhale. Rise to stand, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold to the earth. Good, last time, lengthen the spine. Plant the palms, step or jump back. Using the movement and the breath together to find a sense of flow through the body. Now from downward facing dog, let's raise the right leg high. Bend your knee and open up through the hip. Lengthen through the left heel. And then bring that right knee to your nose and step the foot between the palms. You're going to ground the back heel. Come up to warrior two. Lengthen through the front fingers, the back fingers. Draw the right thigh long. Good. So steady the body, steady the breath. Let's bring the right forearm to the thigh and reach that left arm alongside your left ear, extended side angle. Good. From here, let's reverse the warrior. Lift up out of the waist. Now place the right hand down next to the right foot. Let the left hand follow. Turn the back toes out and then straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee. Skandasana. We reach the right arm up and place it down to the floor. Now coming all the way back to frame that right foot, pick up the back heel. Plant the palms, vinyasa. And if you're not feeling like the vinyasas today, you can just come straight to downward facing dog. Good. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, brings knee to nose. Raise the leg up and back. We're going to bend the knee, open the hip. Almost forgot that bit. Nice, and then extend the leg, look forwards. Step the left foot between the palms, ground the back heel, come all the way up, warrior two. Good, so lengthening through the spine, wrapping that left thigh back. Good. Let's place the forearm to the thigh, extended side angle, reach that right arm. Good. Rolling the right shoulder back, hugging that left hip back, so it might want to pop out to the side. See if you can hug the inner thigh to the midline. And then reverse the warrior, lift up out of your waist. Place the hands down to the inside of the left foot and turn the back heel in, toes out. We're going to straighten the left leg, lift the toes, bend the right knee, Skandasana. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, place the hand down. We go back to the front. Good. Frame the foot, step back. Down dog or vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe. So we're going to build from here, raising the right leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. Take your leg high and bring your knee to your nose. Stepping that foot between the palms, ground the back heel, coming up to warrior two. Good. Now forearm can come to the thigh, or you could take the right hand to the inside of the foot, maybe using a block under that right palm. If you want to go even further, you could reach for a bind, sending the right arm underneath the leg and the left arm behind your back, looking for the fingertips. Good. Look down at your right big toe. Release the hands down. Place the right hand outside of the right foot. Move with the breath. Back to downward facing dog. Nice. Left leg rises. Inhale. Bend your knee, open your hip. Raise the leg high, look forward, step the foot between the palms. Grounding the back heel, come all the way up. Warrior two. Finding that flow with the breath and the movement. The forearm comes to the thigh, extended side angle, and then maybe take whatever variation feels right for you on this side of the body. Good, that right shoulder can roll back. Try to keep the spine long, the lower body active. And then look down at the left foot, frame it with the hands. We're coming back through vinyasa to down dog. And you can take a couple of breaths in down dog or let the knees come down to the floor. Take child's pose for a moment. So I really love to move into hips in this way by gradually building through repetitive movement to create space. So we're going to add those two flows together, and we're going to spice it up a little bit with an extra option. So if you're in your child's pose, gently place the hands back down, come up to downward facing dog. Let's raise the right leg high. Bend the knee and open your hip. Raising the leg, look forwards, hug that knee to your chest and step between the palms. Ground the back foot, come all the way up to warrior two. Good, just settling here for a breath. Good. Let's find extended side angle, whatever variation feels good for you. Now, if you have the bind and you want to take it further, you can heel toe that back foot in and step the left foot to the top of the mat. Shifting the weight to the left foot, coming up to bird of paradise. Now remember, it may feel a little bit too much to extend that leg. So be where you are. Let that be enough. If you want to extend the leg, taking it to your maximum now. And then place the right foot down on the floor if it's lifted. We're going to meet back in our extended side angle. Now from here, we're going to place the left hand down, turn the back toes out, finding that Skandasana from the first round. Good. Reach the right arm high and place it down to the floor. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Now last little bit of this flow. We're coming to the front of the mat. You're going to pick up your back heel and turn all of your toes to the right side. That right hand is going to reach all the way up and back, and we get a nice stretch through the outside of the left hip. Keep rooting down through that left hand and energizing through the body. Good. And then lift the hips up, place the right hand down, stepping back through vinyasa. Let's follow it up on the left side. Raise the leg high. Bend your knee, open your hip. The leg lifts, we look forwards. Bring the knee to the chest and step between the palms. Ground the back heel, come all the way up, warrior 2. So feel this spaciousness, this opening from the hips, but let it be nurturing. We're not forcing the body anywhere. Good. Extended side angle, your version, your variation. Take it where it feels good in your body. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Don't rush. Good. Look down at that left big toe. We're going to step the back foot in if you have the bind. If not, stay where you are and know that that's perfect. Root down through the right leg if you're coming up to standing and roll your shoulders back. Good. Maybe the option is there to extend the leg. Maybe it's not. Doesn't matter. Stay where you are. Take another breath. If the leg is lifted, you place it down. We come back to extended side angle. From here, let's release the hands down, turn the back toes out, coming into Skandasana. Take an inhale, reach that left arm up, and exhale down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Good. 1 more. Now take it all the way along the mat. Place the right hand down, turn all the toes to the left, and reach that left arm back. Good. Lift up from the underside of the hips. And then place that left hand down to the floor. Step back to high plank. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh. Nice. Let's take an inhale. Raise the right leg. Bend the knee and open up the hip. You've got an option for Wild Thing, or you could stay here circling into that right leg. If you're taking the circles, let it move in one direction and then back the other way. And then look forwards, place the shin to the top of the mat. We're coming into pigeon pose. So lift and extend out of the waist, and then gently fold the body forwards. So we're coming into the outer hip here for a moment. Good. Let's walk the hands back up. Now tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, lift your right knee, and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. You can have a little rock forwards and backwards, maybe some circles into that right hip. And then one of my favorite stretches, we're dropping the back knee down to the floor. We're going to reach all the way back, take hold of the top of the left foot. This is coming into the left quad, the hip flexors, and twisting through the spine and the back bend all in one. There's a lot going on here. Good. Let's release the back foot. I'm coming straight to down dog this time, but you can vinyasa if you want to vinyasa. And then left leg is going to lift. And when you're ready, inhale. Bend the knee and open the hip, and taking whatever option you took on the first side, maybe wild thing, maybe just some nice big hip circles. I'm taking 3 in one direction, 3 back in the other direction. And then looking forwards, the shin comes to the top of the mat. Lengthen out of your lower back and gently fold the body forwards. And breathe. Allowing the exhale breath to just carry anything away that is waiting at the surface to be released. There's no force. And then walk the hands back up to that front shin. Tuck the right toes. Lift the left knee and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. So you can get some circles going in that left hip. And maybe just rocking forwards and backwards. And then drop the right knee down to the floor. Picking it up and taking hold of the top of the right foot in the left hand. Some of you might want to come down onto the right forearm here. Okay, let's release that back leg. Now this time, we're going to lift the back knee, look forwards, and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into Malasana. And breathe. All right, take the hands behind you. You're going to lower your hips down onto the floor, and we're going to have a little play with Crazy 8, Ashtavrikrasana. So don't worry if this feels a little bit too much. You can come to take the soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. But if you want to have a little play, we're going to start with this right leg. We're going to place it on the back of the shoulder as high as we can. Right? So like you're putting on the strap of a backpack. And then the right hand comes underneath the hip. The left hand comes to the left side. And then lift the body up. Just see if you can lift your bottom away from the floor. And then place the bottom back down. We're going to do that on the other side. So we're just playing. No attachment to the outcome. Hands come down onto the floor. Lifting the hips up. Nice. Now, if that feels really tricky, one way of getting a little bit more lift, be really careful, is with the blocks. So you could place your hand down onto the blocks. Just be really mindful here. It gives you a little bit more space, right, to lift the hips away from the floor. And of course, we try it on the other side. So if you are using blocks, just having a little practice there. This is really good for the core as well. Let's place the hips back down. Whew. Let's give it a go. So if that's where you want to play, you can play with that. If you want to take your Baddha Konasana, that's your option. If you want to go into the full pose, we take the right leg over the shoulder, put our backpack strap on. We place the hands to the floor, lift the hips, and cross the ankles. Now start to bend the arms, chaturanga arms, and send the legs out to the right side. Nice, so I'm going to show you from the side. or from the front. Place the hands down. Good. So you bend the elbows, hug the elbows in, and then squeeze that right arm with the legs. Yes. Place it down. Let's give it a go on the other side. Whew, it's very hot in here today. This is hard work, but it's fun. So, cross the ankles, bend the elbows. Keep looking forwards or look to your toes. Good. And then lifting up, lowering back down. Well done, wherever you are. If you're not in your bound angle pose already, you can come here just for a moment, take a breath. And then we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. So extending the legs, finding the sitting bones underneath us, lift the chest, and then fold all the way forwards. And breathe. Let's take 2 more breaths. If you need a little bit of time here to calm down after that little added surprise towards the end of class, then take as much time here as you need. When you're ready to come down on the back of the body, you can gently make your way there, and we're going to take a spinal twist. So shuffle the hips to the right side. Let the knees drop over to the left. Good. Maybe twisting to look over the right shoulder. And then coming back to center. We're going to shuffle the hips to the opposite side. Let the knees fall down to the right. Turning the gaze over your left shoulder. Just be mindful, no pinching through the lower back. And then gently bring your knees up into the chest. Hug the knees in. Have a little rock from side to side. And then gently extend the legs down onto the mat. Turn your palms up. Soften the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Letting go. And resting here, you just allow yourself to let go of everything, even the idea of letting go itself. And then start to deepen your breath and bring movement back to your body. In whatever way feels most comfortable for you, you can start to make your way up to seated. Finding a tall spine And lengthening through from the root to the crown. A sense of spaciousness in the body. And then gather the hands at the heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And open your mouth, let it go. And just taking a moment to offer up the energy of this practice. Allow it to be carried forwards with you as you make your way off the mat and into the real practice that lies ahead. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you'd like more practices with me, you can find hundreds of classes on The Practice, my online studio, with practices on demand for you to choose from the comfort of your own home. There's a link for a 7-day free trial in the box below, and I hope to see you there very soon.